So welcome to Aromas of the World. Today we're here in San Fernando, Trinidad, celebrating the rhythm of the steel pan, the aroma of the steel pan. And I'm here today and I'm honored because this is where it all began. The steel pan was born in Trinidad and Tobago, shaped by hands. I have with me today Mr. Darren Shepherd. And Darren Shepherd is a well-known musician, a panist, but today I want to introduce you to Aromas of the World. And I would like you to tell us in your own words, who is Darren Shepherd?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. Darren Shepherd is the last of 11 children born to Lewis and Carlton Shepherd. Born and bred in this community, I grew up on Cooper Street in San Fernando, which is a stone's throw away from Fontler, Spaniard. So Fontler has always been part of my existence. And I'd like to think I'm Lewis and Carlton's last child and a child of Fontler.
Okay. So you say you grew up in this area. So pan is something that I guess you've always been, you've been embedded because was the panyard here since the time you were born?
Yeah, Fontler is 60 years old and I'm only,
So funny.
I stress it, only 53 years old. So I probably literally come out of the hospital and heard panning in the community. I've been in and out of the Spaniard space since I was about 5-6 years old and officially playing when I was 9.
Okay. So you never had the struggle of the stigma, because I know that, years gone by, they used to have a stigma of the panyard. Somehow it didn't seem like a positive thing. So you never had that struggle.
Well, on some levels, yes. It was a challenge to get my mom to agree for me to play. Who, in many instances, she was not aware that I was even in the panyard, learning any music. But my mom, being a spiritual Baptist mother and somebody who was very respected in the community, there was a little delegation from Fontler who went and spoke to my dad. Here I say it, they spoke to my dad, not my mom, about me playing, because I was already learning the songs for Panorama. And they met him on the corner when he was coming home from work. And his words was, me, that talk to his mother.
Oh God. That's trouble.
And nobody wanted to approach my mom because at that time, it was adults playing. Men would be smoking. We were Stag Fontler and then Fat 19 Fontler. So alcohol was in the space. In fact, I remember my first Panorama, we were sponsored by Fernandez. And Fernandez was referred to as
Fat 19, right?
yeah, it was
That's
referred
rum.
to as the spirit of Trinidad. And somebody said, Small Sheppy, we on stage for the semi-finals. Small Sheppy, open your mouth. I opened my mouth. And they pour some Vat 90 rum down my throat. My chest burned me for days. I was 9 years old. But she had great difficulty. The guy is smoking. At that time, it was all adults in the back, which is a far cry from what it is now. It'd be good to see 2 adults play, but it's all in progress on some levels that you could see parents and grandparents coming and sitting by the panel to wait on the kids. You would have been outside a little while ago and you would have seen young people.
Yeah, I saw a lot of children, and we will talk a little bit about that, because I understand that you have like all the school competitions going on now.
Yes.
So this is Fontler, and I think there's other associations. You can tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we are the largest, I say that without fear or favor, the largest steel pan grouping in the world. We have over 34 groups that use our space, and very proud to say we also have an association with the Autistic Services of Trinidad and Tobago. We have an autistic group here.
Oh, nice.
We have a 7 Days Adventist group.
Nice.
We have several schools. We have 4 junior groups. One of my favorite groups here, I say that without fear or favor, and anybody could quote me. We have a group called Fountain Tiny Mites.
Tiny mites.
Yeah. Just a little ones.
Oh, so how old?
4 to 8 years old.
Amazing.
And they're the cutest thing you'll ever see. And when we have our shows, nobody likes to play after them. Because they get the biggest applause
Yes.
every time. Adults like to see young people doing big people things well. And they are a sight to behold. So amongst that, now we have groups that go to Panorama. So some of the girls was dealing with some challenging news a short while ago because they didn't make it to the finals of the competition. But we continue to encourage them and work with the schools, and the principals and the teachers are very supportive. You see teachers who come in the panel every evening, and we talk about that stigma before, and that is testament that that no longer exists to a large scale. Pan and music helps develop your memory,
Yes.
and the whole question of working together as a team is paramount for young people to learn. We have everything is now individualistic. You're scrolling on your computer by yourself, you're on your phone by yourself. This is a way for the kids to rest on those devices
Right.
and learn to interact with one another.
Good. So you talk about the cooperation of the schools and the teachers. What do you get funding outside of any corporate support?
We get absolutely no funding. Not from state, not from corporate Trinidad and Tobago. Depending on who you call when, you probably would get some refreshments and that kind of thing. But in terms of actual seed money to ensure that the space is maintained, the instruments is maintained, and for our events, we don't get any
So we
sponsorship.
definitely need to do better than that, because we are so proud as Trinidadians to say that this is the only instrument that was invented in the 20th century. And this instrument was invented by hand. So it's something that I think we should be so proud of. So we're really lacking in the sense, if you would say, that there's not much support here for this.
Well, in this current dispensation, is almost no support. Steel bands are losing sponsors by the minute. The funding for the competition, which unfortunately is the mainstay of PAN. I was just having a discussion outside as to who are the most important people in PAN. And I will argue that it's not the PAN men, it's not the arrangers, it's not the composers, it's not even the administrators. Most important people in PAN is the judges. Because depending on where they put you in the competition, will determine what kind of support you attract. It will determine how much performances you do throughout the year. It will determine how much players come to your band the following year. So when you have an industry that is so heavily reliant on the results of a competition, then the people who decide who wins and who loses becomes the most powerful people in the movement. And that is subjective. It all depends on how I feel about an arranger, or how I feel about this part, or how I feel about this band. And the judges themselves have a hard task, but at the end of the day, they determine your future for the next year. So proper checks and balances has to be put in place, and encouragement for bands to do things outside of the Panorama competition, and a framework to expose PAN in a real way outside of Trinidad and Tobago. We have a plethora of free events. which attract huge crowds.
Mm-hmm.
If you charge $5, the crowd disappears. So we just had the small band finals at Skinner Park, and there was no huge crowd there. There was pan people playing for pan people.
Wow.
And the fee was $150 to see the best steel bands in the small band category. We have 2 sets of schools or junior panoramas happening now. One on Sunday coming and the other on Monday coming. Both of them are free. And the argument could be you want to spread the culture to the younger ones. So if the younger ones are trained to not pay a fee to see this, then what do we expect down the road?
So I guess we're not really embracing the value in what we give, because everything has a price, right?
Yeah.
And I think if we understand the value of the steel pan, I don't think we'll behave like that.
But just this space alone, we sitting down here in air conditioning and lighting. That means
Bills have to
somebody
be
to pay for that.
Yeah.
And one of the challenges to do that is pan is viewed as a grassroots thing. It came from various communities, funded as a community band in its truest sense, because the name of our band comes from Fundraise and Clear Street.
Okay.
So you can't get more community than that.
Right.
However, because you're a community band, and because somebody could walk around the corner and sit down and observe your rehearsal, it means they now look at you as accessible. So when it's time for you to do that annual concert and you charge $100, I you see you last night on practicing by a day, we pay for $100. My grandfather used to push pan on Coffee Street in 1967, and I must pay.
Wow.
And that's
So do
that's
you
a
guys
challenge.
go out of here to play?
Of course we do. I mean, and again, it is determined by how well you do. Fortunately for us, we always have had a functioning stage side of high quality, and now our juniors is also performing regularly, and I dare say probably the most performed junior group for the year last year. We did 20 something gigs last year between April and October, to the point they're performing on Friday and Saturday and Sunday and some weekends. So there are performance opportunities, but the cost to get to the performance,
Yes, the transportation.
and the remuneration is little to none. And the big performances that you would get as a senior group is funded through the state. And the state of the state right now is that no money inflowing. So there's a challenge, because we're in the heart of Panorama, and there are bills that was not paid from last year. But bands keep preparing to go, because that's what we know.
So the children that you have at the competitions is going on, does the winner get to take part in Panorama?
The competitions that are going on now is Panorama.
That's Panorama. Okay.
Our events that we do as an organization, we offer classes for free to all our groups. It's also an opportunity for our young people to be placed as tutors and arrangers. So it gives them an opportunity to grow and develop as well. But the Panorama, once you have a group and you're registered with Pan Trinbago, or you're a part of a school, you're free to participate in the Panorama competition.
Could you tell our viewers what Panorama is? Because this was going worldwide, and some people don't know.
So Panorama is an annual steel pan competition that happens every year during the carnival season. But now it climaxes through the carnival, but it really starts in October now. the previous year. So Panorama started in October, and we have various categories. We have the single pan category, which back in the day we used to call it pan around the neck. It simply means all the instruments in that band is on one drum. It's a single pan. Then we have different categories. We have the small conventional category, and a conventional band simply means the instruments have more range and you can do more work with them. So we have tenors, double seconds, double guitars, quadraphonics, 4 bass, 6 bass, 9 bass, 12 bass. So it's a full orchestral kind of feeling. So we have the small, we have the medium, and we have the large, and the schools competition and the junior competition is in full swing. So on Sunday and Monday coming is the finals of the schools and the junior Panorama competition. And the junior competition is really junior groups of senior groups, the majority of them. So Fonte Juniors, who's in the finals. Big up Mr. Darren and the whole crew. Then you have Renegades of our junior band, Invaders of our junior band, All Stars. So all the top groups have their junior orchestras, and there's 1 or 2 junior orchestras that stand alone. And it's always a challenge for them as well because they don't have the funding and the support from their senior groups. So funding is important.
Definitely, it takes money to do anything, right? So I noticed there's the Fusion Steel, because I saw that outside. Who is the Fusion Steel?
Fusion Steel is a group that I founded in one of my absent periods from Fonte. I was fortunate. They kicked me out about 4 or 5 times.
Why is that? You're not behaving?
I was kind of get trouble. I asked hard questions, and even to date, that habit haunts me. But
don't worry, they'll always remember you for them. Don't worry.
Yeah. Somebody will say that to me.
Somebody say, well, one day, it's a good thing you used to ask hard questions because they'll be thinking about the questions somewhere along the line.
Somewhere along the line. It might be around this line at this current time. But that's a group that I started in 2009. And it has become one of the top groups, I must say. Some people might not agree with me because people are fierce with their support for Pan and their band. One of the top groups in the small band category. And when I came back to Fonte in 1919, how far gone? 2019. One of my conditions to coming back is that I have a group that I formed in 2009. I have no intentions of disbanding my groups. So I didn't see an issue because huge conglomerates merge and come together and work together to strengthen their position in a particular market. So I saw no reason why that Fusion Steel couldn't work alongside Fonte. And it has been a good relationship thus far. The season for Fusion Steel starts in September also in terms of rehearsals. The competitions start in December. So what it does, it ramps up activity in the Panyard, and our preparation for the large band category, which is Fonte, is significantly less. The players are already playing at a heightened level for the year. Fusion Steel have instruments in the Fonte family and vice versa, so there's resources that you can tap into, and it keeps the Panyard active throughout the year. This is a space that is widely used, so it keeps a certain level of activity. It also augurs well for economic activity in the community.
So outside of the, so I know Panorama, and then well, Carnival is coming.
Mm-hmm.
So is your bands on the road for Carnival?
Fontclair has a Carnival Monday night band that we've been doing since 2019. And that Carnival Monday night band is an opportunity for our players to put on their sticks and take a little chip behind a DJ. Some people have issue with a steel band having a Monday night band and is not pan playing. I understand that, but the time has changed and young people are not as willing to play pan on the road as long time. So we try to strike a balance. It gives them the opportunity to free up and then enjoy themselves on the road with a family that will also keep them safe. The unfortunate thing is there isn't any competitions in San Fernando that will encourage you to come on the road. Because when you hear people say, oh, come on the road, you gotta come on the road and play for the people. Well, who's paying for the truck? Who's paying for the trailer? Or who's coming to pull the pan? Them same people who tell you they pull pan in 1967, them get old. They're not pulling no pan now. And their children and grandchildren don't know nothing about that. Right? They're more concerned about if they're going to get a jersey or not. And the reality with that is there's a cost to come on the road. Who's going to foot that bill? And love don't pay bills. That's all married people.
That's right. That's the married people. Oh my God. Wow, this has been a lot. Like, I have learned so much in this little conversation, because so we know that, you know, it takes, we're looking for fundings, we're looking for more corporate support to keep this pan alive, I would say, throughout Trinidad and Tobago, right? Because as you say, light bills need to pay, there's expenses. Do you see yourself, and I know again it's the expenses, but if there would be an invitation outside of Trinidad and Tobago for your players to take part in, like to bring a band, is that something that you guys would be open to?
We would welcome that. I mean, those are the sort of things that motivates players. But if we're doing that, I would want it to be done right. Because a lot of opportunities come and they're right for you to perform. But then you have to raise the funds to get yourself there. So you have to raise your airfare, you have to raise your shipment of your instruments, because pan is a bulky thing. And then in some cases, you have to find funding for your accommodation as well. Coming from here with the exchange rate in an environment where foreign exchange is an issue is even more challenging now than then. Long time a Panorama band would win the competition and they'll get a tour to the US or Canada or somewhere in Europe, supported by the state, and you take 50 people. Those days are long gone. Everybody looking at smaller groups. But even in that situation, you would want to ensure that it's done well. Nobody wants to take people's children outside of Trinidad and they're not properly fed. They're in bad accommodation. We have issues for ground transport. So yes, I would welcome that, but I want to do it right because...
Well, you know, you are a man that asks difficult questions, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? So you're the right man, because you will make sure that, you know, you will ask them the difficult questions and stand and make sure you get what you get for your people.
That's important.
So that's why it's important to have a man asking difficult questions. Right?
I don't think some of my former band leaders would agree with you.
Well, that's why you're here, right? That's why you're here. So that's good to know. I am, you know, I feel honored to have had this conversation with you today. So if there's, I don't know, if there's one thing that you would like viewers to know, you know, in terms of what the future of this band, where do you see yourselves in the next 2 years?
Every organization goes through peaks and valleys, just like you in your personal life. And this time we are probably a little bit in the valley, but Fonta has been around for 60 years. And when I came back in 2019, I coined a phrase. Instead of saying Wakanda forever, we say Fonta forever.
All right.
And it sounds, to me, it sounds better than Wakanda forever.
Oh, that's your
WF, Fonta forever, F, it kind of
Yes.
got a different ring to it.
Right.
So nobody thinks about Fonta anymore without saying Fonta forever.
Okay.
And it emboldens our players and engenders a certain amount of pride in who we are as a band. And we want people who is Fonta forever. Because that's the only way you can build a long-standing institution. Fonta is no longer a steel band, we are an institution. And we're very proud of that. And I'm looking forward to attracting new players, new corporate support, new supporters, and new opportunities.
Okay. All right. Well, it has been a pleasure speaking with
so
you.
much.
And I hope this conversation will go far and wide. Again, thank you for viewing us today on Aromas of the World, where we share the aroma of steel pan today. We shared the aroma of some of the history of steel pan today. And I'm hoping that somebody out there be bold and brave like this man, like Mr. Darren Shepherd. You know what? You want to reach out to us, ask us the difficult questions. He's here to answer them. So how could our viewers get in contact or know a little bit more? What's your social media platform? You can share it with
Well,
them.
this is our social media crew who's filming here, who's doing some fantastic work.
So are you on Instagram?
We everywhere.
Okay, so how will they find you on Instagram?
Tell me.
Okay, so what we can do, we would put in the link, the Instagram, you're on Facebook,
Instagram, Facebook,
and we will put TikTok, and we'll put it in the link so you can have access. So you tap in and enjoy the beauty of steel pan, but the rhythm that will move you into a different space. Again, thank you. Remember to please subscribe, share, and like our channel. You have the power in your hands to share the power of the steel pan, so thank you.